Hi, everyone. Welcome to Get Well with Dr. Shel. I am Dr. Drshelenalaljiesthetics, better known as Dr. Shel, and I know as a board-certified OBGYN and a functional medicine expert, your health is unique and deeply personal. It is a combination of genetics, lifestyle, and environment. Know this, no matter what your starting point is, you are never powerless over your health. Being on a health journey is a marathon, not a sprint. This podcast is about walking you through many different perspectives on health conditions, symptoms, and solutions that can help you get from fatigued to fabulous. My mission has always been to offer my patients and community the best of mental, physical, and spiritual wellness. You can learn more about me and my wellness center and schedule your telehealth appointment at drshel.com. We can support you no matter where you are in the world. This podcast is a powerful and simple way to carry the wisdom of thought leaders from around the world in your pocket and continue to develop your own healing journey every single day. So let the journey begin. Welcome back, everybody, to Navigating Life on Get Well with Dr. Shel. This is something that is very, very important to me, a topic that a lot of my patients ask me about. And we have these wonderful discussions about whether there is a way to actually heal ourselves. It is something that we've experienced in our family, and I'd like to share my experiences as well as my true honest belief on whether this is possible. I'd like to start with a quote from one of my favorite authors, Eckhart Tolle. "The more consciousness you bring into the body, the stronger the immune system becomes. It's as if every cell awakens and rejoices. The body loves your attention. It is also a potent form of self-healing." Eckhart Tolle. What is the meaning behind self-healing? One of the most incredible aspects of the human body is its ability to heal on its own. It's so very important to remember that there are 30 to 40 trillion cells inside of our bodies. And every moment that we're alive, these amazing, incredible cells are working tirelessly to achieve equilibrium, to achieve balance, thus keeping us at or bringing us back to our natural balance that nature wanted for us. When you think about the term self-healing, it's actually referring to a recovery process, generally from psychological disturbances, trauma, physiological issues, mental challenges. And this self-healing is motivated and directed by the person or the patient, us, ourselves. And it's often guided only by our own gut instinct. In fact, simply changing the way that we think about and how we take control of what is able to occupy our mind can truly improve our physical, emotional, and mental health and well-being. Although positive thinking won't cure everything, having a healthy mindset is a critical component to having a healthy body. I love certain books out there that are on the topics that I'd like to recommend to you. One is by Dr. Bruce Lipton. It's called The Biology of Belief. And he really dives deep into the scientific perspective of what cells and cellular membranes do for our healing and how we can increase and enhance the function of every single cell in our body. And he's very scientific about it. I think you'd find it very, very interesting. And we read it, right as soon as my husband was diagnosed with ALS, which was a journey that a lot of you are now aware of if you've been listening to some of my podcasts. My husband was diagnosed in 2017, almost 4 years ago now. And ALS is a disease that really has no treatments, no cure. It's also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. People, when they're diagnosed with this, consider this a death sentence because an average person survives 2 to 5 years. I know a lot of people, unfortunately, and it just breaks my heart, that are literally no longer within 3 to 6 months of their diagnosis. Even my husband was given 6 to 9 months after he was diagnosed in November of 2017. And we're inching on 4 years by the grace and mercy of God. And we truly believe that it has a lot to do with a lot of things. One is our true and intense belief, mine, my husband's, my kids, because he has to be surrounded by this positive energy and by this energy of healing, that we truly can heal ourselves, or at least we can contribute greatly to that aspect of healing. And the reason this is incredibly important is because it allows us to then be our own advocates. It allows us to not just count on other people and other practitioners and medications and outside sources to impact our body. We take responsibility when we know we have an impact. It's similar to a lot of what is written in Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, You Are the Placebo. You've all heard about studies having a placebo effect. So, you have two different groups. One is the control group. One is the actual group that's going to receive the medication. The other one will receive a placebo. And more often than not, they'll actually see improvements in the placebo group. And why is that? It's because of the astute belief and the intense idea that each individual has, even on the placebo group, that I am going to heal because I am on this medication, but they don't know any different. So it tells you that the power of the mind and the power of your own belief and the power of your own positivity and your attitude has a huge impact on whether you will heal or not. According to a new study, and this was even a blog written about the body is built to heal itself, but it sometimes needs help. According to a lot of these studies, American adults are improving their diets by increasing the amount of high quality carbohydrates, plant proteins, organic animal proteins, polyunsaturated fats that they eat, while cutting down on the low quality carbohydrates that they're eating. That's good news for their bodies, because proper diet has been shown to greatly improve the healing process following any injury, surgery, or chronic illness. There are foods that are healing, and there are foods that are inflammatory. In my practice, I always talk about this because that is one of the most foundational things that I get my patients started on, is what they're putting into their bodies. You have to look at food as thy medicine, and medicine as thy food. And this is something we learned from an age-old teacher, Hippocrates, centuries ago. Our food is our medicine. When we look at anything that you're putting into your body, you have to think of, is this going to be healing or is this going to be destroying? And we've got to make decisions accordingly. Simplest way I tell my patients, cut out the inflammatory foods, no gluten, no sugars, no dairy, no processed foods. The dirty dozen has to be organic. Drink at least half of your body weight in pounds in that many ounces of water a day. I usually add 20 ounces to that because I think hydration and detoxification is very important. And of course, other things that you need to do is sleep at least 8 to 9 hours a night, practice mindfulness and meditation, yoga, incorporate exercise, and surround yourself with positivity and with good friends and good social interactions. All of those things will impact your self-healing. The CDC actually recently revealed that as many as 2/3 of all Americans don't get enough sleep. And sleep plays a crucial role in your body's ability to heal itself. In fact, the body works tirelessly and endlessly to repair and regenerate itself. And a lot of that, most of that, is happening when we are sleeping. So if you're not sleeping enough, or if you have disrupted sleep patterns, or if you're only sleeping 5-6 hours a night, guess what? You are not giving yourself the time, the body, the time to regenerate and to heal and to repair. So that's very important that you get good quality sleep, at least 8 to 9 hours a night. In psychology today, there were several things that when they talked about how healing yourself and others are important and how you could use an empowerment diary to be able to keep yourself accountable, to be able to put into play the practices to heal yourself. There's no doubt that some people are more capable of self-healing. Some people who open their minds and their bodies to allow this to happen. Blakeway said in 2019, healers are simply conduits. And this is certainly true. They also have their tools, either innate or learned, that have worked for them in the past, and they utilize those tools to practice self-healing. Your body is a self-healing organism. By bypassing its natural self-repair process and handing over all of your power to a doctor, a physician, a white coat, a therapist, you might be ignoring the very thing that you need to heal. Certainly, you need to consult practitioners, have on your team traditional doctors, functional medicine doctors, but that doesn't mean that you're not an equally important part of the team. This is not a revolutionary idea. As doctors, being one for the last 25 years, we learned that the body can heal itself. Our physiology texts teach us that it is brilliantly equipped with natural self-repair mechanisms that kill even cancer cells that we produce every day. They fight infectious agents. Our body repairs broken proteins, keeps our coronary arteries open, and naturally fight the aging process. But here's what they don't teach in medical school. The body's natural self-repair mechanisms only fully function when the nervous system is in relaxation response. You need to be activating your parasympathetic response and turning off your sympathetic or fight or flight response. Very important to be in a rest state. One way to heal yourself is to do a grounding meditation and practice mindfulness every day. Begin by placing your feet comfortably on the ground or the floor. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths, and with each breath, release any and all negative energy that you might have. Direct your attention to the soles of your feet and really ground yourself and start doing what I love and call the square breathing technique. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds hold. That is a great basic way of starting to practice meditation and mindfulness. The other thing you need to remember is be you. Be happy, be free. Use energetic therapy and emotional healing techniques. This shows you how to achieve complete and permanent healing. Energy therapist Amy Sher presents an easy to understand 3-part approach to using energy healing for removing emotional blockages, changing your relationships with stress, and coming into alignment with who you truly are. I want to leave you with a few very, very practical takeaways. 5 ways to help yourself heal completely naturally. Sleep more and sleep deeply. The health benefits of sleep are well established. However, we frequently get by on very little sleep and sometimes feel proud of it. Don't. Prioritize your sleep. It is where you're healing and regenerating. Eat nutrient-dense foods. Cut out all the inflammatory foods and give yourself the nourishment that your body needs with whole foods that come from plants, from wonderful sources, not filled with pesticides, chemicals, hormones, etc. Give yourself incredible nutrient-dense foods. Drink more water. When your body does not get enough water, it enters into a state of dehydration, which can lead to slower healing, increased fatigue, and retention of toxins. This is how you're going to detoxify your body. Be positive. Have a positive outlook, a positive mindset, a positive belief that you can heal. Move your body, exercise routinely, do both cardiovascular exercise as well as resistance exercise, and keep on moving so that your lymphatics can drain, you can detoxify, stay healthy, stay well. With that, thank you so much for joining. I'd like to leave you for for now and let you know that you too can heal your body. It is something that you can do for yourself, and I'm always here to help you. Thank you and best of luck. Thank you so much for making time for today's podcast with Get Well with Dr. Shel. I know that this conversation and education can help you to create your best life possible on every level. So definitely tune in to hear the newest expert and learn the latest protocols to support your best health journey. You can learn more about me and my wellness center at drshel.com, drshel.com, and I hope that you will make time to come visit us in the Houston area to take a deep dive on self-care. My team and I are completely devoted to helping you live a better life from this moment forward. The best days of your life are ahead of you, I promise. This podcast is a powerful and simple way to carry the wisdom of thought leaders from around the world in your pocket and continue to develop your own healing journey every single day. So let the journey begin.